Alright, so we're back on this wash job. I did a prior video, and this is just a follow-up to that one to show you guys what it looks like when it's all dry. Again, it is a permeable pavement. It does have gravel joints, and came out really nice. All the organic growth's gone, all the moss is up and out of the joints, all the debris. We'll make a recommendation to freshen up these joints next year after we mulch, but it came out really well. So what we're working on today is there was some efflorescence and some calcium buildup on these retaining walls down here. It's pretty much all throughout here. Those are all white. We've been taking all that off, and I'll go ahead and set up a camera. There's a small wall out front that we'll end up doing, but essentially what we did was, I need a little bit right there I got to get. So with these buildups, if it's just efflorescence, it's going to be a small film. Now when you get a lot of that coming out of these walls or out of concrete, it'll actually build up and it'll just be pretty much a calcium deposit right on the surface of the wall. It's inevitable with concrete products. It's naturally occurring, so don't get discouraged about that. A couple of different ways you can do it when it gets to a build-up phase, like a calcium phase, is either mechanically remove it or chemically remove it. So we opted to go the chemical route. Either way, you're going to slightly etch the surface of that concrete. Some of these walls are still looking pretty good, so we didn't touch those at all. But you can see up on this wall out front here, there's some efflorescence there coming out. That's not nearly as bad as the back walls. So what you want to do is we want to get this all completely saturated with water. We'll let those stones soak up as much water as possible, and then we'll do an acid wash on that, and that white deposit will melt right off of there. When you're dealing with acid, you obviously want to take safety precautions, but also you really want to know what you're dealing with. So you want to know what type of block you're dealing with, how dense it is, if it's going to etch the surface of the block, as well as what strength you want to put it on as. So we tested, I would say, probably 5 different strengths on the walls out back. We found which one works best for us. So we're going to go ahead with that strength out front here. It should go pretty quick, but we'll speed up the video so you guys can see what's happening. But we did put these walls in. We know what it is that we're dealing with, and we know what strength we want to put on. So we shouldn't get any wall damage whatsoever, and that efflorescence will come right off of there. It'll likely be back, but at least it'll enhance the appearance for the next couple of years. And then if it comes back, we'll just hit it again. Alright, there we go. The efflorescence is removed. That was the whitish film. Now again, we got some calcium down here. It's built up, that's a little thicker. And unfortunately, I am out of acid. So I work my way down. Next time I come back, I'll hit those up real quick. Those will be gone in just a couple minutes. And then we'll be good to go. So no etching on there. Now again, there are tiny little white lines that you can see in here, in between the block. That we're not going to worry too much about, because overall you don't really notice it as you're looking at the wall, only if you're looking for the efflorescence. And the problem with those lines is that efflorescence is actually in between those blocks depth wise. So the more you try to get those out, the more acid you'll put on the wall, the more you'll eat into the block. So you get what you can on the face, and then kind of strike the risk reward for going after what's left there. So you kind of have to strike a balance. And there you have it.